Hey, it's Market Moves coming at you. We're going over Cronos' earnings that just came out this week. It led the stock to drop to 17 and it's settling now at 18 and a half. We'll let you know what happened in those earnings. Stay tuned. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Market Moves. I go over pot stocks and analyze the whole market in general. I'm trading, I'm investing. I have an option premium group which gets 3 to 5 alerts a week, and we're going to be going over the earnings today. So I have the credentials to look at this, and what I'm going to do at the end of the video is plug it in our pot stock Excel sheet to see how expensive, how cheap the stock is compared to other stocks in the industry. Right now, before I even change the numbers, the value score of Cron is the most expensive value score out there, meaning it's the most expensive stock out there. I give this sheet to you for free. Hit the link in the bio. You get emailed this sheet instantly. And now we're going to go over the Cron earnings. The big highlights, we have 5 highlights. They show on the first page in the first 5 lines. So they got $2.4 billion of growth investment from Altria. So this money is going to kickstart the company to do some pretty exciting things this quarter, this year. I'm going to be watching to see where that money goes. They also completed the first harvest in Peace Naturals expansion in Building 4. So that means their growing capacity has increased this quarter, which is also going to change that value score, make this stock a lot cheaper. And we launched 2 recreational brands, Cove and Spinach. Those sound very interesting to me. I don't know what they are, but they're launching new brands to put in the market. That is exciting news in my opinion. They also have a landmark partnership, Ginkgo Bioworks, to produce cultured cannabinoids. And this is a pretty big product. It's something different in the market, and this is also a great reason to be excited about this company this quarter. These are all the bullish plays on this stock. We're going to get into the numbers later to see if there's any reason to sell this, but obviously these are going to be the exciting parts. And the last thing to be excited about is they became the first pure play cannabis company to be listed on a major U.S. exchange. And this is Cron, C-R-O-N. This is on the NASDAQ. They just had that listing in the last 4 months. This is very exciting for the company because it puts the eyes on the U.S. on this company and the investments in the company from the U.S. So real quick, what you want to pay attention to are the fourth quarter results of 2018 as well as the full year results of 2018. This is going to be compared to all the other companies out there to let us know where it fits and what we can expect in the next year. So we have 3 things we're going to look at: the numbers today, the numbers this year coming up, and then where it compares to the other companies. And some highlights we're going to go over on the global production. This is the production side, what's happening there. We just said Peace Naturals has launched their facility that is growing right now. This has 286,000 square feet for research, cannabinoid production, cannabis-based product production, and it's also GMP certified, which means it can ship to anywhere in the world. They also announced a new venture with an investor called Bert Mucci, who is growing a facility or making a facility that's going to be 850,000 square feet. It's almost 4 times the size of the Peace Naturals facility, and this is going to be put up in the next couple years. We also have a facility coming out in Israel, Cronos, Israel. This is going to be 45,000 square feet, relatively small, but it's going to put Cannabis Israel, which will allow them to get this cannabis to customers very quickly out there, as well as the nations around it, surrounding it. So very exciting. This first half of 2019, this is going to be construction. The second half of 2019 will be the completion. Small facility, but they're going to get products to neighboring nations and in Israel very quickly because of it. And just in time, Israel also approved the export of cannabis, which is going to allow them to ship this cannabis that they are growing inside there to other nations, like I was saying. We also have a 50% stake in Cronos Australia. Believes that Cronos Australia will serve as its hub for Australia, New Zealand, Southeast Asia, and bolstering the company's supply capabilities and distribution network in the Australasia region. I don't know what that word means, but 50% stake in Australia and the surrounding nations, countries around there. So it's important to grow. It's also more important to sell the cannabis that they're growing, which is happening here. We have Cura Cannabis Solutions entering a 5-year deal for 20,000 kilograms per year. So this company is going to buy at least that from them. We are also selling cannabis with the MedMen Canada. We have a 50% stake with them, which means we'll be able to easily put our products in their stores. MedMen is a retail cannabis store. Very interested in the company, very interested in the stock, and I do think it has a different potential than these other stocks. So MedMen, 50% stake. Gonna put cannabis in their store. We're also entering a 5-year deal with Dell Pharma. This is a 5-year deal of 5,000 pharmacies and 200 hospitals. So this is in the medical route, the medical place for cannabis. Now to the exciting part, the numbers, the financials. You as the investor really need to pay attention and care about these. We have revenue coming in $5.6 million in the fourth quarter of 2018, 1.6 from the prior year, leaving us with a 248% increase. I've seen many companies get 400% from the fourth quarter of last year. So this is right in line with the biggest companies and the biggest increases from them. 2018 for the full year, we have $15.7 million. I'm going to throw that in the pot stock Excel sheet in 1 second to see how cheap or expensive this stock is, compared to $4.1 million in the prior year, 2017, which is almost a 300% increase in the whole year's revenue. So this is a huge excitement for me. And right now, this is going to change the numbers a lot. So Cron, we had revenue for $10 million for the last 4 quarters. Now that we input the new number of, let's see, we have 15.7. I'm going to put that in exactly as it is. We are still going to be pretty expensive in my opinion, but now we're not the most expensive pot stock out there. We're the second most expensive pot stock. Village Farms is the most expensive. So this doesn't change it exactly, but I do have to check out the current and future growing capacity to see how that's going to change the numbers as well. So looking through this report some more, don't go anywhere. Real quick, how healthy is this company? We have assets, liabilities. You have to compare the assets to the liabilities to see if they can pay off their debt at any time if they need to. So total assets coming in at $260 million, and we have total liabilities coming in actually at 50. So we have a great ratio. This is about 5-to-1 assets to liabilities long term. Current liabilities coming in at 15. We have current assets coming in at 32. So this is a 2-to-1 ratio, which is very healthy for the short term. 5-to-1 ratio for the long term. Great news for the company. And I just want to point out on the revenue expense sheet, we want to see how much they're losing. This is pretty on par with what the other companies are doing. They're losing a ton of money because all the advertisement and cost that went into the legalization in Canada was huge. This led to $19 million loss in 2018 compared to 2017 $2.4 million gain. So with the new facility now producing marijuana that we talked about in the report, this only boosts 5,000 more kilograms per year currently. Our future growing capacity is larger compared to the past because of the new investments in all the growing facilities out there. So this has not changed that much, but this does drop our value score just a tad bit more. It's still the most expensive pot stock other than Village Farms out there. I just want to go over real quick. We got CanTrust down here. I'm going over their earnings in the next couple days, but this number is not updated. It may get cheaper. This stock may get cheaper. Again, it's my favorite pot stock out there, and it is the cheapest one on my list. We have Afria, CGC, ACB, all in the dark green in terms of cheapness. They are great stocks to own. They are the leaders, and I'm very excited about them. So these 4 stocks are ones to keep your eyes out on. And I do want to remind everyone, if you hit the link in the bio, I will send you this pot stock Excel sheet. And if you're having trouble with the link, please email me at marketmovesmatt.com. I also want to point out, I want you to try out my option premium trading group 7 days for free. If you invested every trade in the last 3 months with $3,000, you would have made 400% because about $9,000 gain in 3 months off of a $3,000 investment. We have an 8-to-1 win to loss ratio, which means for every 8 trades I make in the group, 8 alerts in the group, we have 1 loser. 8-to-1, pretty crazy. Our highest return is over 100%. Our largest loss is actually 45%. This is wrong. So this is a good ratio there. We have the largest and the largest win, largest loss being over 2-to-1, maybe 3-to-1. So that is a great ratio. And if you're getting 8-to-1 for all those trades, it's great in the long term. So please, 7 days for free, link in the bio. Market Moves signing off. Peace. For more information on the Market Mover Indicator, free consultation talks, and courses, head to the website marketmovesmatt.com. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and check out the latest and popular videos I have uploaded.